friend of mine last evening asked me about whether I personally deserve good things. And I told her that I don't deserve anything because we have so much of a blessing that God has given us over the time. And for us today, as we celebrate 20 years of doing this work that we've done over the years, the only thing we can start with is thanking God. I commonly call her Mommy, Owekitiwa Honorable Joyce Sebugwao. She's indeed a mother to us, a patron, a leader, and the best minister by far in this term. Yeah, the best that you'll find in this country. We are so honorable to always have your ears and your attention and your support. It goes a very long way when you support us. But in this room here, she might the only other co-medalist like myself. Also, before I continue to address all of us, allow me make a good mention of our good friend, Commissioner of Communication in the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, Mr. Moses Watasa. Yeah, he comes in this room with a lot of experience, and many times he's a teacher to us, helping us understand how we bridge a lot of technology understanding, especially with governance, and also with ensuring that we don't go against the law. Because that is mentioned, allow me in a special way welcome all our panelists, our speakers. Please clap for them. Our distinguished nominees running the Digital and Financial Inclusion Summit that features the Digital Impact Awards Africa for the 11th annual edition. It is more than a decade running this consecutively. Our first event of this kind was at the Sheraton. The second one was here. The 8th and the 9th were at Mistil. You remember what happened in COVID? So we came back to Serena, the home, and also for the fact that the same brand, HiPipo, has been able to run more than 24 awards events within the last 20 years, and that is 13 editions of the prestigious HiPipo Music Awards and the 11th edition of the Digital Impact Awards Africa. Of course, to thank all of you, the organizations, over the last 11 years of awarding and celebrating digital excellence and financial inclusion, we have awarded more than 400 organizations from across the continent and hosted more than 2,000 nominees over the years. Very incredible in mentioning, but also very important in the fact that we've been blessed to spearhead a journey that has transformed, if not billions, more than 600 million of lives. Lately, we are very privileged to partner with COMESA Business Council. And as one of the speakers talked about scaling, we are happy to see our efforts going in more than 20 countries around the African continent. And this is so happening not because we are so great as human beings, but because we've also been blessed to have the support of all of you here. And we thank you so much for supporting us. When I look into this room, there are people I would always want to say thank you to. Some organizations like National Water and Sewage Corporation, who have seen attending each of these events from day one. Yeah, there are people like Standard Chartered Bank, who I have also seen attending each of these. Yeah, coming in to partner with us and support. I have seen MTN, Before they had the other arm of MTN Momo. And I've seen a number of others come in here to support us in different ways. Movit Products, Stanbic Bank, Centenary Bank has also been here for all the years. Yeah. So we appreciate your support and the partnership. But importantly, we appreciate the fact that many of you are bought into the fact that it takes a village to raise a child. This is our child, all of us. The economy is for all of us to grow. If you think you're going to have that very cozy job and be paid well, I don't pray for anyone to have their back broken, but when you cannot work in that organization, they will find ways of sending you out, and you'll see life differently after that. So it's better that now more than ever we ensure we do something to create an ecosystem that supports us beyond our workplace. Ladies and gentlemen, as we talk about celebrating 20 years, I am very, very privileged to lead a team of CEOs, founders, very creative, young or old. I'm probably one of the oldest in the team, apart from our board that is slightly older than us, but they wear every kind of character that I saw Vincent present here. Integrity at its best. They have a great work discipline. They are very dedicated to seeing us make a difference. But we are equally invested in what they do. So we are probably the only organization where we freely work with everyone and allow everyone to run something. After all, it is not our right to allow them to start anything. They have the democracy and the power invested in them by our governance that is led by the NRM government to ensure that everyone can start something and do it for themselves. So as we think 20 years, allow me, ladies and gentlemen, introduce the great team that we work with all this time. I don't know where Joseph is. Where is Nicholas? He was here. Please come in front a little bit. Joseph, Nicholas, Charlotte, Bridget, Doreen, Knowlton, George, and everyone, every member of the team. Allow me do this for the first time in 20 years and introduce everyone. Steve, George is on the decks. Where is Cool Cats? Becky. So, ladies and gentlemen, dear Honorable Minister, in my absentia, Nicholas, please step in front. Nicholas happens to also be my young brother, and he's probably one of the people I've known for part of the longest time living in this world. He doesn't want me to say his age, but at least I've known him for more than 30 years. Yeah, he told me that I should not tell people my right age. We shall reach some time when I don't need to do that. So Nicholas leads all the activities that run all this work, especially these events. So these are all operations in any sense. So please thank him for me. Joseph, please step in front. Joseph Kimboa. We have worked with Joseph since 2008, and he's our Chief Content Officer. And as part of the things we do, we are mandated to make sure that content is a part of our daily structure. So please thank Joseph for me. Thank you, Joseph. So for the rest of the team members, I will not ask them to step in front, but I'll maybe talk about each of them. Steve is our creative director, and in so many ways, whatever you see here that is designed has a hand of Steve Chimuli, and George somewhere, and another George. Yeah, Mazo is a member of and a partner of our communication team. Nick is our community manager. So everything you ever see on our social media, if he doesn't approve, it will not happen. Simple, and is also a member of our community team. Charlotte, please step in front. For Charlotte, you should step in front in so many ways. Yeah. So Charlotte is our fintech events manager. And for everything women, everything financial technology, digital and financial inclusion, it is Charlotte and under the leadership of our chief operations and the other team that get this work going. Thank you, Charlotte. Bridget, please step in front. So I always regard her as one who holds the highest level of integrity. She doesn't like lying about anything. She's a finance person, and she's our head of finance, and she's the one who understands the things to do with regulators like URA and compliance with data. And we are happy to have you, Bridget. Thank you. Becky is typically from the events team. Director Norton, please step in front. Director Norton also happens to be my best man from a personal life, and I also happen to be his best man. He's a 9 times award winner for best video director. Yeah. So everything you ever see happening that has a video from HiPipo, he probably has a hand to do in making sure it is done the best way. Thank you, Director Norton. Doreen, step in front. This is our moment. So Doreen works directly with my desk, not my office. We have desks, not offices, for CEO and the likes. But Doreen is a senior program officer in charge of the executive desk or the executive office. Thank you, Doreen. Cool Cats. So Cool Cats is being mentored by all of us, especially myself, our chief operations, our chief content officer, and Director Norton. He's the most active member of our community communications team. Please thank him for me. Mercy, I always call her Namikolo. Yeah, because she really likes parties. And she's an apprentice, like everyone else. She's also a CEO of her own making, and she's running a startup. She joined us through our Women in FinTech Hackathon program. And a few of the people we meet in the space, we retain them and work with them for a long time. So she's one of those people that we have retained. So ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for patiently getting to understand the team that is been here to help us make 20 years of greatness. And to the team, on behalf of our leadership, including our patrons, Honorable Joyce Sebugwao, Honorable David Kawabanga, including our board that includes Dr. Frederick Wamala, Mr. John Mark Sevunya, Mr. Miro, and all the other people that are members of our board, I wish to send our appreciation and thank you all. Let us all count to the next 20 years. I'm sure we're going to do this.